Hello, it's me, Commiso. Well, it's only 7 more days to Christmas, and I hope everybody in the world have a good holiday, Yes, sometimes you see Commiso a little frustrated in his videos. It's just because I care about people, And yes, I may sound like a rapper's music video sometimes with all the curse words, but I try to curse at you at a delicate kind of way, I try to, lay it all out there on the line and everything. I'm just saying, hard to find the words kind of guy. So I fell in the sentence with a little curse words, I mean it well and everything. But I just want the best of the best for the people in the world. What's wrong with that? For somebody that wants the best of the best for people in the world. There's nothing wrong with that. So, well, I may not seem like the smartest person alive or whatever, but I know stuff too. I take time and try to learn things here and there. So I got some books here. I got them in order. I put them in order of the years they were alive and everything, and the years, when they came into play for that big game of life we have on planet Earth. So, let Commiso teach you a little something about a little something in the world. Well, when I was a little child and everything, I did not quite fit in the classroom. I kind of was in that little corner wondering what's going on in that one corner and everything. While everybody's having their discussions in classes, Commiso was in that corner trying to figure out how that corner got there. You see? So I was not always up to date to the yippity doo-dah they had around here and everything when everybody got together and socialized with each other as people. I was in that corner trying to figure out where that corner came in. If you want to know more about Commiso and what he thinks about, obviously somebody built that corner for that school and everything. I know, but I got deeper inside that corner and everything. So, yes, I know these are children books. Just because somebody reads children books does not mean you're all smarter than me. You know? These are really cool books, and they basically break it down simpler than the bigger books. You know? I could have ADD, so when I read a book, I kind of zone out and space out when I read a book. I find myself reading the same sentence over and over again. And over time, after you keep reading the same sentence over and over again, you get bored of that book. And then I move on. So it's very difficult to get inside that book as Commiso and everything. Because I zone out somewhere else. I'll be reading a book, and I'll be thinking about something else. So, my subject that I had difficulty in school, yes, it's true. It was English. You know, I couldn't focus in English class as everybody else in school. Because I'm out zoned out and everything. So, I got these books in order. From, I guess, new to old. So, this is Who Was Stephen Hawking? So, let's put these books down. And in the back, they have a little brief of who was Steve Hawking? A teenager whose nickname was Einstein. This guy was so smart, his nickname was Einstein, Steve Hawking. A famous physicist and an author. Damn, this guy can space out into space and write about it. A great thinker who put forth a widely accepted theory on the beginning of time. You know, beginning of time of the time of the time. You know, we all figure out the earth is spinning around in some kind of spinning rotation kind of way and leads to 24 hours a day on earth or something. But Steve Hawking went further than that. That's Steve Hawking. That's the first one.
I am finally through with great expectations.
Then there's Albert Einstein. I used to have hair like that, but I can't grow out my hair. If I grow out my hair, it'll look like this guy's hair. So who's Albert Einstein? One of the most brilliant human beings who ever lived. Damn, dude, this guy is so brilliant. He was the only guy on earth that was brilliant. There was nobody else. Well, Albert Einstein. That's how brilliant this guy was. A scientist who discovers theories led to TV and the atom bomb. Well, the TV part is good. Everybody likes TV because of Albert. It led to it. He didn't invent TV. He somehow invented the colors or something, the technology. And I don't think Albert Einstein was trying to come up with the atom bomb. I think Albert Einstein was trying to build a time machine. You know? Think about it. So, it didn't exactly turn into a time machine. A peace-loving guy with really crazy hair. He was peaceful, man. He wanted world peace for every country, Albert Einstein. But nobody was listening to him. That's how I feel sometimes. You know? nobody listens to Commiso no more. So we got me and Albert Einstein have some similarities where I have crazy hair too if I let it grow out, and I like world peace too and everything. But also, he came up with relativity and pi 3.14 and everything. Well, if you wanted me to break down relativity, relativity is like, it feels like seconds to be around a beautiful girl. It feels like seconds because you like that time and space so much to meet that beautiful girl. It goes so fast and you don't realize. When you sit on the stove and turn on the oven or the spinning thing, and fire comes up and you get burned, it feels like hours when you get burned because shit, fire hurts and it take a little more time and space to get rid of that pain. You know, that's relativity. So, later on, when I can figure out what's going on in time, I will come up with more answers on relativity. Then, there's Thomas Edison, a curious child who fed worms to a friend to see if she would fly like a bird. Wow, man. A friend. He was a good friend, Thomas Edison. A boy who left school at the age of 12 and was hard of hearing all his life. He was probably a zoner too. I bet all these people smoke weed. They were all zoned out in school and everything. That was me. My parents got stoned. I got stoned too as a kid. And I was a stoner that didn't smoke weed at school and zoned out in classes and everything. So I bet all these geniuses were stoners and zoned out. They got bored. These people got bored of school. I got bored of school. You know, I like going to school. But sometimes when I was in class, I guess I already knew what they was going to talk about. And like history was going to talk about history. I already knew about it and everything. The man who changed the world when he invented the electric light bulb. Everybody right now will be in the dark, man, without Thomas Edison. You don't need light in the houses nowadays. You'll be tripping over and shit because it'll be dark outside. Thomas Edison, he kind of came up with electricity and power. Don't power in the house. Who is Jules Verne? This guy knew the future before the future came, man. This guy knew the future before, and that's before any kind of technology was out. Mischievous boy from France with a big imagination. Life would be boring as hell without imagination, man. And this guy had imagination, man. Commiso's got an imagination. Albert Einstein's got imagination. I bet every one of these guys got imagination stoned and zoned out back in history. You know, everybody Everybody smokes weed nowadays. It's not an uncommon thing. But imagine smoking weed in their time zone before houses came out, before watches came out, the computer. They were riding their bicycles, zoned. Imagine Albert Einstein riding his bicycle, zoned out, coming up with ideas because he had an imagination. So imagine this guy, a talent man who wrote about prestigious beast hot air balloon, races, and undersea creatures. Man, without this guy, we didn't even know there was undersea creatures. We didn't know shit about the ocean. But when you read this book, shit, I gotta think twice when to jump in the ocean, because you don't know what's in that mother. A famous author, often called the father of science fiction. This guy came up with science fiction, and still today people don't understand science fiction. You know, but this guy did. He predicted there'll be cars and shit, rockets and shit. Man, this guy was coming out with some ideas before his time. There was nothing. There were horses giddy up on the streets, and he said there were going to be cars. We don't need horses no more. The vehicle will move by itself somehow. That's Jules Verne. Oh. Then there were Benjamin Franklin. This guy discovered there was electricity in the sky and everything with a kite. Just a kite. He got shocked. He figured out there was electricity when he got shocked by a kite. And he said, shit, there's fucking electricity out there. A founder father of the United States of America. A finder father of the United States of America. He's one of the guys that found America. If you know what I mean and everything. I think he was a president too. An inventor who created bifocal glasses, a musical instrument, and an artificial arm. Shit, that's pretty goddamn good. You lose your nowadays. You can get a robot hand. If you lose your hand, I think if veterans lost their hand at war, the government should give their hand back to the veterans because of Benjamin Franklin invented an arm. I bet there's a lot better now. That's cool, man. Veterans can get a robot hand. That's cool as hell. A scientist who discovered the nature of lighting. That little spark in the sky. You know, when it's raining out and you see a little light outside and you wonder what the heck that is? It's called lighting. I can't say that word. You know? But that's that little spark. There's life on Earth because of that little spark in the sky. So there's another, and I bet he grew his own weed. I think he grew this, as a president, he grew his own weed in the back. And imagine having weed at the White House in the backyard. Then there's Isaac Newton. Oh man. Well, this guy, we couldn't figure out why we were falling down on the streets. You know, sometimes we all fall down and wonder why. This guy figured it out. A lonely, friendless boy. He's a loner, man. He's out there sitting underneath the trees, smoking weed, and an apple fell on his damn head, and he went, "Ow! What the heck is this?" Then he sat there and tried to figure out how that apple fell from that tree. While you all We're all out there in your social needs as people. A secretive man who spent years trying to turn ordinary metals into gold. He said, hey, I need gold. I'm going to figure out how to make gold with different types of metal and everything. And how the hell that happened? He needed gold. One of the greatest geniuses of all time. He's one of them. We can't claim that everybody's a genius out there, but he was one of them. So he discovered gravity. The reason why an apple fell from a tree, because there's gravity on Earth and everything. You wonder how gravity got on Earth? Well, I tell you how gravity got on Earth. If this Earth wasn't spinning through outer space, there'd be no gravity on Earth if the Earth wasn't spinning through outer space. So, the speed of our spintational spinning in outer space determine how much gravity we have on Earth. So we got the exact speed to have the exact gravity on Earth. As Jupiter and Saturn, they're spinning super fast. So if you stand on Jupiter or Saturn, you'll be smushed. Because there'll be too much gravity for us to handle, as we got just enough gravity to walk down the street on Earth. Then it's Galileo. I'm an American Italian. I'm sorry I can't speak totally Italian. An astronomer who understood that the sun does not circle the Earth. Back in the day, people fought over. That's how stupid people were. People were dying over if the Earth was in the center of the universe. And he said no. It's that big giant sun in outer space. Where it kind of makes sense. The sun is so huge, it's got gravitational pull. The sun is pulling all the damn planets in our universe. And he got in trouble by the church because nobody said, what the hell are you talking about, you know? That's like saying, there's no devil or angels. You all came up with that shit. And the church got mad at Galileo, but he proved his point because a man put under house arrest for his discoveries. People didn't agree in his little thought. He was stoned, man. Imagine being stoned in this era. There's no TV. There's hardly any books. There's books are still being written and developed. There's no internet. There ain't shit to do outside. You know, and this guy decided to look into outer space. He said, this shit's boring shit. I'm stoned and I'm bored. I'm gonna fucking look at the stars and shit and figure out the stars and shit. While you are entertained by boobies and video games on the internet. So nowadays, people don't look into the sky like they did back in the day. The father of modern science. Shit. He's the father of science. Nobody knew what the heck he was talking about. Nobody knew what science was. The church fought over science because they didn't know what the heck it was. But he also came out with a damn thing called a telescope. He said, I can't see shit with my eyes looking at outer space, so I'm coming out with I'm gonna fucking invent a telescope so so I can see closer to the damn stars in outer space. So now there's big ass giant telescopes all over the damn planet because of this guy right here. Well, if y'all come out with more genius hits, Commiso will talk about it. But, you know, it's the holidays. This is the time of understanding and world peace in the world. You know, why is it so hard? I was like sitting in the tub and thinking about stuff as Commiso, and you know, people don't want war. People don't want violence. People don't want to die. People don't want crime or hate. But somehow you all come out you all fight about not having that shit, but you do it anyways. You're like, I don't want to fight no more. I want to chill. Well, how hard is it to chill nowadays? See, back in history, it probably was harder to chill back in the day. Or maybe it was more easier to chill back. Because nowadays, you make everything so complicated by hacking each other's lives on the internet. It's so simple, life on Earth. We make everything so complicated as people on Earth. So, well, I guess it's time for me to go now. If that's okay with you guys and everybody out there. It's 7 more days to Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. So, have a life, good life out there. This is a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies online. Now the webcam didn't turn off when I wanted to. It must be hackers. I don't know who's on my computer, but